Okay, this is the daily word problem for March 27th. If you're watching this video, that means you have already done the word problem by going to Google Classroom, reading the word problem, answering the question in your notebook, showing your work, writing the date for the problem, and now you're watching the video to make sure your answer is correct before you go ahead and write the answer statement in Google Classroom. And hopefully the volume on this is better. You can let me know after you watch it. All right, so our problem is there are 789 popsicles for the whole school. If there are 143 third graders and 198 fourth graders, how many popsicles are left for the rest of the school? Okay, so we have 789 total popsicles for the whole school. If there are 143 third graders, 198 fourth graders, how many popsicles are left for the rest of the school? So I'm going to use a bar diagram to represent this. They're telling us that they have a total of 789 popsicles. All right. And they're saying for the third graders, there's 143 third graders, and there's 198 fourth graders. And I'm just going to put a P for the rest of the school, how many popsicles are left. So my equation to solve this would be 789 minus, I have to add these up first. This is going to be what's left for the rest of the school. So I have to first add these up. That's why I have it in parentheses. I have to add up how many third and fourth graders there are to find out how many popsicles will be left for the rest of the school. So I'm going to do my adding first, and I'm going to do the place value way like I have been doing the last couple times. So I write 100 plus 40 plus 3, 100 plus 90 plus 8, and I'm just going to recheck to make sure I'm adding when I'm supposed to be adding and not subtracting. Okay, so my problem was 143 plus 198, so good. I'm going to add these. So just again, hundreds, tens, ones. You're not going to do your work in this. This is just, I keep putting this here to remind you that what you're doing here is very much like what you were doing when you had your hundreds blocks and the tens sticks and the ones, okay? So if I have 8 plus 3, if I had 8 plus 3 here, I would have 11. If I had 11 dots here, I couldn't keep 11 dots there, okay? Once I get to 10, I have to move it over. So if I had 11, I would keep the 1 and put the 10 here, okay? 8 and 3 is 11, so I put the 1 and 10. 10 and 1 is 11, okay? Now I'm going to add the 10s. If you look at the 1's place, it makes it easier for you to add the 10s. So I have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. But they're the 10, so it's 140. Can I put, I'm just going to write this here so you see it. Can I put 140 in the tens place? No, I can only put the tens part. So I put the 40 here, and I put the 100 here. Okay? So again, I had 90, 140, 140, or I looked at the tens place, I said 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's what this 14, but it's really 140. So now I have 100, 200, 300. All right, so this is adding up 143 and 198. So that gives us 341. So together, the third and fourth, there are 341. Yay, I'm done. No, I'm not. That's just how many are third and fourth grade. Now I have to see if I had a total of 789 popsicles and I gave this many to the third and fourth graders, I'm going to see how much is left for the rest of the school. So I have to find the difference between, you know what I'm going to do, 341 and 789. You know I love this open number line way to add or subtract. So even though this is a subtraction problem, I can solve it by adding because I'm finding the difference between the 341, 789. So I start with my hundreds place and I say, how many hundreds can I add to this 341 to get as close to 789 without going over? Well, if I did 100, that would be 441. If I did 200, it would be 541. If I did 300, it would be 641. If I did 400, it would be 741. You guys are used to me tripping over my own words, so I'm not going to do this over again. Feels like you're in the classroom, right? So I jumped 400, and that brought me to 741. Okay, just think of adding it here. All right. Okay, so if I'm up to 741, now I can look at my tens place, and it's a 40, and here's an 80. How many tens can I add? If I go 10 more, it would be 751. 20 more would be 761. 30 more would be 771. And 40 more would be 781. Now I'm 781. How many ones? What do I add to get to 789? 1 plus what is 9? That's right, so I'm going to add 8. Now, when you're adding using an open number line, if you didn't want to jump 400 like that, you could have jumped 100 at a time. Okay? I just made a big jump because I was thinking of my hundreds place. I thought I added 3 plus 1 was 4 plus 2 is 5 plus 3 is 6 plus 4 is 7. So I said, oh, then plus 400 would be 700. Okay, so now the answer to this is 448. Now I'm not done until I look back at the question. It says, how many popsicles are left for the rest of the school? All right, so there are 448 popsicles left. Okay, there are 448 popsicles left. So check your answer. Make sure that's what you had before you go into Google Classroom and you write that answer statement. Again, do not just write 448. Write the entire answer statement.